So today I want to talk about something that is a pillar of Western civilization, one that is slowly being eroded, if not outright under attack from certain sectors. Now, you may not know the name of this concept, but I can assure you that you feel both its effects and its absence, and this is something called the rule of law. So what exactly is the rule of law? Now, many people think that the rule of law means that everyone is equal under the law and sort of that's it. But it's a bit broader than that, and I want to go through what it is and why it is so critically important to our society. So thanks to my friends here at LexisNexis, there is a very nice chart that sort of outlines the 4 parts of the rule of law. So the first, as we said, is all are equal under the law. And that means it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. And I kind of sound like a Backstreet Boys song, but it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. You are equal under the law. So everybody is treated equally. It doesn't matter if you're the king, the prime minister, just a regular employee, some, middle-class worker somewhere. It doesn't matter. You're all equal under the law. The next is transparency. So the law has to be transparent. You have to be able to read it, to understand it, to see where it is. Now, I know there's often some legal mumbo-jumbo, and this is what lawyers are there for, to try and help us decode some of that jargon that you might find when you're reading a legal text. But it still has to be transparent. If you want to access the law, you have to be able to find go on Google and search up the criminal code and see what exactly it says there. And you actually might be shocked. There's a lot of things that you may want to look at about people, for example, returning from fighting for ISIS, or people breaking the law, people crossing the border illegally. So there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. And it has to be transparent. That's something that I think we should all take a look at if we have questions about what is illegal or what is not. The third is an independent judiciary, and people are familiar with this, but they don't necessarily talk about this. And this is that judges and courts need to be independent, so there needs to be mechanisms in place that stop or prevent or reduce bribery or political influence, so the prime minister can't just phone up someone and say, this person is my friend, don't charge them or drop the charges, these kind of things. The last one that is important and seems to be getting eroded all the time is accessible legal remedies. Now that means that you have to be able to access a legal remedy. In essence, if I were to buy something from your store, right? I were to buy something from your store, but you never gave me the product. So I come and I pay, but I never got what I paid for. I have to be able to have a legal remedy. There has to be some court or some body that I can go to be able to get my money back. Because if there isn't, we're left in a situation where I'm basically forced to resort to force, and now I want to, break into your place of business, bring a gun, and get my money back. So the accessible legal remedies basically allow people to trust that there is a system that's gonna take care when there's a dispute or some disagreement. And this is one of the foundations of society, because you cannot have commerce, you cannot have trade without the rule of law. And this is sort of a global idea, and this is why you may hear things about the global order or things like that. But the rule of law is important because same thing, just like if I want to do business with someone in Canada, I can trust that the criminal code is the same across the country. But what happens if I want to do business with someone in the United States or someone in Europe? I have to be able to trust that there are legal remedies to what's going to happen, and I have a legal recourse if someone, if we have a disagreement or there's some issue with finances or some issue with product. There has to be a legal remedy that I can access. So where is this under attack from? Now, it can be seen, the attack, either direct or indirect, can be seen in places like defunding the police. Because the police, whatever they're there for, and we can definitely have a conversation about the police, but one of their roles is to uphold the rule of law, to make sure that everyone is treated equally, and to enforce laws and rules and regulations that are in place. You can also see it in Roxham Road. It's not just about immigrants or, you don't like immigrants, as the accusation often is. It's about the fact that we have a system. And when people are sort of bypassing the line, if you're a legal immigrant and you see people bypassing the line, that sort of erodes your trust in this concept of the rule of law. Justin Trudeau's many ethics violations and the whole We scandal. Now, if he's found guilty of an ethics violation, the fine is up to $500. And that doesn't sit well with people. And that doesn't sit well with people not necessarily because it's illegal. The things that he has been accused of, and when he's been found guilty of breaking the ethics rules, it's not necessarily illegal in the sense that we're thinking about, but it is what I would call illegal adjacent. It's so close to being illegal, it's really debatable. Maybe it should be. And this is, again, a point with the rule of law, that it's not about morality. It's not about legislating morality, because certain things have been legal or illegal in the past. It's been legal to discriminate. It's been, legal to sterilize people. It's not about the legality or illegality per se. It's about the law applying equally to everyone. Now, again, obviously, as lawyers and lawmakers and politicians, you expect that they're not going to put in place laws like this that are maybe absolutely immoral. But morality is not the main point here. The rule of law is about all of these four things: equality, transparency, independence of the judiciary, and accessible legal remedies. These are some of the foundations of the rule of law, and we do have to be careful because it does seem like they are being eroded. When they are being eroded, or when we get that sense that they are being eroded, we lose trust in our government, we lose trust in our state, and we lose trust in our society, and ultimately social cohesion is hurt, and that really does not work for such a large and diverse country as Canada. So, all told, we must ensure that we work hard to understand and preserve the rule of law wherever we can, because the world as we know it, the world as we understand it, depends on this very small concept that has a very, very large effect and large consequences. So for True North, I am Sam Eskenasi. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to click on some of the links and see what my colleagues are saying. There's a lot of great stuff, and have yourself a great day. Thank you so much.